How's it going? I hope you're doing well. Let me put my headphones back into their case, make sure audio's off on my phone, pull up my stream on my phone, and let me back out to the main menu real quick because I need to start a voice party and I need to add Walker in. So let me make the voice party so mini eggs included. Just in case he wants to join. Walker will get the prompt shortly. And, yeah. So, I've been busy. I cleared that out. I literally cleared everything out recently. See that I have one person watching. How are you doing? I hope you're doing well. I cleared it out recently. Literally, I just was in Cold War. And I literally clicked every single thing. I cleared it all out, and yet it is not. A little over dramatic? Most likely, yes. Do I care? Absolutely not. And as you could see as I was scrolling through my loadouts, it's all SMGs. Besides for the SMGs at the bottom of the list. Being Striker, Finnick, and ISO. And I checked, and I don't have any of these. Any new blueprints in any of these guns. So you might be wondering, well, why do I only now have SMGs? Well, wrong button. Well, glad you asked. So, let's go over to our ARs. Let's go to the kilo. What's this? 202? I got platinum in all the ARs. I wish there was a faster way to do it, but... And I'll have to go and clear these all out. Hey, Walker, how you doing? We are on stream, by the way, and I'm just showing chat my collection of platinum ARs.
Can
you hear me?
Can you hear me? Can you hear me? Oh, there you go. Oh.
I can hear you perfectly fine, so I don't know if it's on my end or not.
I can hear you. I can hear you.
Okay, you were making me scared there for a second, bud. Because this is literally like a week-old headset. I've only had it for like 1 week.
Headset.
Yeah, I mean, same exact brand and model as the one prior.
Yeah, that's cool.
So, the audio should be fine now.
It sounds better. It does. It just took a little minute to get on in. Wait for everything to register.
Oh, and I have a surprise for the chat as well. So not only did I get...
You're gonna have a giveaway.
No. Not only did I get the AR's platinum. Okay, it's shown that... Okay. Not only did I get the AR's platinum. Oh, no. I got the launchers as well! Oh... Wait. I don't have the RPG out? Okay. All guns platinum! Now I'm just working on the SMGs. And I'm literally gonna get, this gun gold literally like 1-2 rounds. It's the Uzi. I'm literally just waiting on kills now. That is 12 kills.
That's kills are something you have plenty of because you're a pro gamer.
No, 12 kills, and I have the Uzi gold. And then I just need the AUG, the P90, the Bison, and the MP7. I'm pretty sure that's all I need gold, because I already have the MP5 gold. Yep. The AUG is going to be the hardest just because it is the newest weapon. As you can see, all the other guns, besides for this gun, just because I no longer need Reptile. When you need Reptile, you can't get a kill. You have to have no attachments on your gun. And get kills with no attachments on your gun to get Reptile. So as you can see, all the other guns except the AUG that I'm actively trying to get gold don't have attachments on. That means they're all at reptile level or higher because of Warzone. Warzone and gun game is how I got a lot of levels on random guns. Also, there's a free weekend for Cold War for zombies and multiplayer.
That's not happening.
Oh, come on! Do it. Do it. Do it. It's free.
Yeah, so is sticking. So is what's the word I'm looking for? So it's poking yourself in the eye with a sharp stick, but yeah, doesn't mean you should do it.
Poking yourself in the eye with a sharp sticks hurt. Call of Duty doesn't hurt. I mean, maybe your ego if you lose too much, but other than that, besides for a bit of ego hurt and tilting, it's not that bad.
Okay, subtract ego hurt. More just not something not where I want to spend my time.
No, I mean, it doesn't hurt. Also, I already bought the next Battle Pass, and I bought the boosted version. So I had a 20 tier skip. Because I could. And I used free money on it, because it was gift cards that I got who knows when.
Oh, is that what you used the gift cards from the Archer team on? Oh,
No, I got Starbucks. It didn't say how much the card was for Starbucks.
It was $10 because he said it was worth 10 points and it was $1 per point.
Interesting. Indeed. Indubitably. So I'm so excited for tomorrow. So, for those who don't know, I'm doing a mud run, just a local mud run to me, and it's going to be so much fun. I see that I have 2 people watching. How you guys doing?
Hey, one of those guys isn't me.
Well, one of them is always me, so I just say 2 people are watching just to be kind.
Well, no, like, you have an actual viewer.
I know.
Okay, cool.
But, so, yeah, I'm just doing a local mud run to me. Local is a stretch just because I have to drive at least an hour away. I mean, technically, an hour is with traffic. Without traffic, it's not an hour, but I literally have to leave my house at 7 in the morning for, like, 8 a.m. run. Well, I mean, my time slot, I have first mud, so my time slot is in between 8 and 8:45. And because of the global panorama, it's a rolling start. So, not the entire wave's going at once. So, but it's gonna be so much fun. I was literally just thinking about it. So, what I normally do before streams is, like, normally just take a shower just because, more relaxed for me, I guess.
Yeah. And you can go right to bed.
And I can go right to bed. So, I was just thinking about it. I was listening to songs I'm going to add to the Spotify playlist because I want to, like, make a hype list just of all of the awesome songs I lag. So, I'm going to add songs from Citizen Soldiers, Icon for Hire, NF. I'm also going to add songs from Smashed Into Pieces, probably some Skillet, songs like that. Songs that are kind of like more or less my style songs. And I also thought about mainly EDM, alt rock, a little bit of rock, and I already said EDM. And a little bit of rap, but I'm particular about the rapper.
You gotta have that notorious big B.I.G. and and all
Who?
the mega gangster rappers.
Yeah, no, I literally the only rap artist I like is NF, and then I will
Mm.
tolerate listening to some. Like, I mean,
Of that hippity hop music that the new youngsters like.
nah, not really too much of the younger gen songs, but I mean, I will occasionally listen to artists like Eminem. I don't like to do it that often just because, his material and the language he uses, mainly the language he uses. I don't want to like download the songs just because most of the activities I listen to music are when I listen to music, I do it more or less in a mindless fashion. So like I will do it kind of zoning out. So like when I run, I'm not actively listening to the words. I'm more or less listening to the beat, maybe humming along with the words and that kind of stuff. But it's not more or less.
Yeah.
I don't want my subconscious mind to be, listening to bad words over and over again, and then my conscious mind thinks it's okay to bring up those words.
Yeah.
So it's a conscious decision on my effort. I know to not use bad words, but I don't want to like listen to music and listen to it in an environment where I'm not really paying attention more or less and I'm just kind of absorbing it in, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
But I mean, no hate to any artist who does use curse words. It's just, like Eminem, he's an incredible rapper. I don't know if you've obviously probably heard some of his songs, but I mean,
Yeah.
he's talented. I mean, I listen to him for his talent alone, but just because he uses bad words a lot, that's something that I don't like listening to. Since it's not something in my norm to listen to curse words, since cursing is not within my normal environment, I don't like to absorb it that much, kind of deal. Does that make sense?
Yes, it does.
And I also understand that I probably just went around in like 5 different circles, or a single circle for like 18 different times, trying to get across one tiny itty bitty point. You would say that's true, right? I literally just essentially said the same thing over and over again for 5 times in a row.
Yeah, probably. It's actually a broken record. You
Yep,
say the same thing
I
over and
probably
over
am a
again,
broken
over and
record.
over again, over and over again, over and over again.
Yep,
You get it, because
yep.
yeah,
I know
yeah.
broken records. I probably am one. With a lot of... I probably am a broken record at this point.
Well, technically the problem with the broken record is that it doesn't go round and round. It just stops and skips a beat.
Probably. Did you not hear me start to go into Crazy Frog there? I've been doing that a lot lately today. I've just randomly, for no apparent reason, start going into Crazy Frog. The song by Alex F.
No.
You don't know Crazy Frog.
No, I don't. This is new.
Do the Crazy Frog! Ma 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 na na.
No, no.
What's
never heard
going on? Ba ba da 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 ba 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 da da ba 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 da 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 da.
Wait, is that the song? Yeah, I know that song. You just didn't. You didn't do
The
a
name
good
of the
job.
song is Crazy Frog.
Okay.
So talking about music, I don't know if this is actually true or not, but according to Criminal Minds, I haven't watched the show, I've only seen it on TikTok. Actually, I might have seen bits and pieces here and there at my grandparents' house, but I don't watch it on my own. But so, according to Criminal Minds, it is said that your music taste develops in your teen years. When you're younger, you listen to the music your parents listen to, and then when you grow up, get and have friends, you listen to the musics your friends listens to, and that becomes your taste in music. I realized, if that is true, my taste of
What does that
music
make
probably
that?
comes from solely one person, my Taekwondo instructor. Because literally, during demo team and like early mornings in Hamado, when he would play music in Hamado, very rarely, but he would sometimes, he was playing stuff like Skillet, a little bit of Skrillex here and there-ish, not really, he also played songs like Sandstorm, which I haven't heard in a while,
Yeah.
and so I forget the beat. Yes, that song. So, that's EDM, and, like, kind of, that's practically my entire, what I like listening to, practically. For some reason, it would not let me load in. Now I am. But, so, yeah. Practically one person has defined my taste in music.
That's a shame. I blame him for all your struggles.
I kind of wish I was still in Taekwondo, kind of, and kind of
You
want to
could
see.
beat people up in college.
Nah, just because it's something that I could actually meddle in. Like, oftentimes I could survive sparring in a tournament, and I was getting in sparring, and it wasn't entirely uncommon for me to do so. Board breaking was iffy just because of if it was a human board holder or not. And I don't know how else they, meddled for board breaking. And then also, form, or, the form, that was the hardest one to meddle in. Because even if you have great form, if you go first, you're instantly last. Which stunk. Because, my instructors were often did a few times were one of the judges at my station for my group. And they were like, told my parents afterwards, like, your son had the best form out of all the participants, but since he went first, we automatically have to make everyone else better than him. So,
wait, why?
Because essentially doing the form is more or less about comparing one kid's form to the next. At least in the kid level, I'm not sure if they do the same at the adult level for form. But a form is essentially a set sequence of moves and techniques. And you want your moves and techniques to be really good, really sharp. If you have the uniform on and it's like nice and crisp and iron, you can even hear a pop if you do a move good enough and strong enough. So, but you're comparing one person to the next, and for some reason, even if the first kid who goes does the form brilliantly and is the best out of everyone that they're competing against, that person's still going to be put at the lowest place because how they judge it, essentially the first person to go gets a 0-0-0 in score. And so you have to do better than 0-0-0. And so every person who goes after will get a point above 0-0-0. And it doesn't mean that if you're the last person to go, you get a great score. No, it's just if you're the first person, you're the lowest score. Other than that, it's free game. And so there were a competition or two that I would have won, or at least placed, in form, if I had gone second. If I went second, I could have probably gotten gold. Like I just got gold Uzi. So, yeah, it's like rough. And that's what my instructor told my parents. It's like, your son had the best form out of everyone at his group. But because he went first, we had to score him low. Everyone has to do better than him. Yeah, it's rough. But, sparring is fair game. I don't know how they judge board breaking, so I'm not sure. And then I think that was really all there was. There might have been one other thing, but I don't remember at this point. But yeah, so, in Taekwondo, when I was in, I meddled quite often. Especially in stuff like sparring. Essentially, don't get touched by the opponent. And don't hit the opponent below the knees and behind the back or the head. I think those were the only requirements. Unless they had a face shield on, then it's like, oh, if you have a face shield on, head is fair game. Or face is fair game. You can hit them in the head, just not the face. Unless they have a face shield on. Fair game. Reminiscing. You know, I have very fond memories of when I first learned that word. Come on, please laugh, that was funny.
Wait, I didn't get it.
I was reminiscing on when I learned what reminiscing was.
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Please, give a dog a bone.
Well, if you say something funny, I'll laugh.
I am the funny. Or the insanity, or both. I like both. Both sounds good. Both.
Both is good. You gonna make the meme?
Yeah, I've never seen the movie, but I know it's from The Road to El Dorado.
Yes.
How do I know that that's the movie? I have no clue. Thank you, TikTok. How do I know a lot of my useless information? TikTok. I don't have a problem. It's only a problem if you call it one. And it's not a problem. Also, Mini Egg recently got downloaded TikTok. I can corrupt the youth. I can make loyal minions.
So, have you heard of this fantastic new show called Miraculous Ladybug?
The what?
The Miraculous Ladybug. It's also known as the best show ever really created.
I know the name only because of Instagram somehow. I highly doubt that it does have the title of Greatest Show.
Okay, you're probably right. But...
Not even Greatest Animated Show.
Okay, that's also true. But it's still pretty kick butt. The Greatest Show ever probably goes... The greatest animated show ever...
Gravity Falls?
Like no, it's not Gravity Falls, actually. There's some... Okay. You say
Heresy!
Gravity Falls. Gravity Falls is
Heresy!
Gravity Falls is a very good show. But there are some kick butt shows out there. Like, okay, have you ever seen Over the Garden Wall?
No.
Okay, Over the Garden Wall...
But still, you're committing heresy.
No. You can't...
Heresy!
You haven't seen the shows that I've seen.
Gravity Falls is still better. Everything else is heresy.
After you see the shows, then I'll accept your opinion. You're like Evan when he said that he didn't like Last of Us Part 2, and then he later confessed to not watching, or not playing Last of Us Part 2. It's like, no. You don't get to make a judgment call until you've actually played the game. Also, do you know who's actually on stream right now?
Nope. According to my phone, I only have one person watching, but sometimes my phone doesn't update properly. I mean, I have a pretty good way of seeing if I do actually have a live watcher. No, never mind. I was going to say, well, if I have a like on the video, that means someone just popped in, gave it a like, and then went about their business.
That's me. If somebody pops in, gives them a like, and then goes about their business, that's me.
I mean, that could also be Sparrow, could also be a few other people.
No, I know it because I just did it. Like right now.
According to my thing, it says no. It says I don't have any likes.
Check again.
No one likes me. Yeah, I don't care.
Anyway, at any rate, I think Gravity Falls is probably one of the best shows.
Show ever.
It's in the top ranking. But okay, how many cartoons have you actually watched? You have not seen the sheer volume. I have a much larger.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry. I totally forgot. It just blipped my mind. I forgot the absolute greatest show of all time.
What? Phineas and
Second is
Ferb?
Gravity Falls. First is
First
Phineas
is
and Ferb.
Phineas and Ferb. Yeah.
You know that
Phineas and
Dan
Ferb.
Povenmire and Swampy are both on TikTok.
I did not.
Yep.
So yeah, yeah. Okay. So Phineas and Ferb is probably I acknowledge that one's probably the greatest show of all time. Um, when we get down, I think that there's different categories. Like, okay, I'll tell you this. Example time. When I was at when I was at the awards ceremony, um, there was about 50 people there, but it was 50 out of like 2,000. So no, probably more like 3,000. Yeah, 3,000, because there's 3 battalions. Anyway, basically 1%. But they had a whole bunch of different categories. Like they had the top academic student, and they also had the top physical student and the top field training student, and they had these different categories, and they had some for each year. So I think when you're talking about best series, I don't think you can compare Gravity Falls to something like Over the Garden Wall, because Gravity Falls had like 2 or 3 times. Hey,
And someone came into his room. That's why he turned off his mic. And right now I'm trying to get long shot kills and mounted kills. Woo! That recoils.
all right, I'm back. Sorry, Mom, give me a book. So, Gravity Falls lasted like twice as long.
It
It
lasted
had,
for 3 seasons.
yes, and Over the Garden Wall only lasted for one, and it was a mini series, meaning that season was only like 90 to 100 minutes, which is not long.
EB!
It's very small, and I think what they were able to accomplish in that amount of time. So I think you should compare miniseries. It's apples to oranges. You should compare miniseries to other miniseries. You should compare Gravity Falls to something with like 3 seasons around there, and you should compare Phineas and Ferb. And it's Phineas and Ferb its own category. It like went on for so long, and it had a bunch of different movies. It's like
2 movies.
2 movies. But they had Across the Second Dimension, and then they had that one was the super long summer one, right?
Yeah.
Was that just stuff?
I think those are the 2. There might be a third, honestly.
I think there was a third.
Wait, was it when the evildoers pulled the planet away from the sun and it started progressively getting colder? Was that an actual, at least hour length one?
Movie. Phineas and Ferb movies.
I can only really the 2 that are standing out are Across the First and Second Dimension. Loved it, and then other than that, I'm not so positive.
Yep. So there's Phineas and Ferb the movie, and then it's the one with Candace.
Oh, the new one, the Candace movie. Yeah, I haven't actually seen that yet.
And then they have Phineas and Ferb the Star Wars movie, and Phineas and Ferb the Marvel movie, and then the Christmas special.
Oh, the Christmas special. Wait, do I remember the Christmas special?
Mm.
I mean, I know that they had multiple Christmas specials because it went on for like several years.
But they had one Christmas special that went on for like it was a big Christmas special, I think.
Like a more of a clip show style one, because I do know that they did a clip show.
They did, but not that one. That was the end of the season type.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
When did Phineas and Ferb come out?
I want to say 2012,
2011. 2011.
2011. Because I can kind of guesstimate because I know I saw it at the beach with my cousins, and I know that what beach house we were staying at. We clarify it as our beach house just because we stayed in it for so many consecutive years. And so we labeled it our beach house.
2007.
2007! Itty bitty!
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah. That
makes sense.
That makes sense because I remember it was a while ago. It was a long
When did
time
it
ago.
end? Besides for the Candace movie, when was the 2020 was
Well,
the final
okay.
TV episode?
Final episode was 2015.
Okay. So about 8 years running, plus with the Candace
Yeah, it only had
movie.
4 seasons. What?
Well, technically, in Phineas and Ferb, besides for a little bit of like the Perry story, besides even that, with Phineas and Ferb, technically, is there was no narrative plot, like nothing connecting one episode to the next, besides for maybe a small reference here and there, very rarely. So with with normal TV shows and normal series, you have something like they want to complete an overarching goal, and they can't end the season until that goal is complete.
So,
So
so with
since there
that,
was no like main connector in between each like episode, you could have a series. Your series could be 20 plus episodes, of
oh,
course,
it
a
was a
lot
long
more.
time. It was a long, long
I know,
time.
because
But
Phineas and
what
Ferb
was
was 8 years and
bonkers?
only 4 seasons. So that means that each
2 years a season.
2 years per season. So,
But you want to hear something that's crazy? Is that Kim
me,
Possible ended in 2007, meaning Phineas and Ferb started when Kim Possible ended.
wow. That's crazy to
Yeah.
believe.
You ever think, man, I should go back and rewatch Kim Possible and Phineas and Ferb and all these really cool TV shows? But then you also think to yourself, by golly, I don't have that kind of time in my head.
Imagine having time.
Yeah, it's just like, oh, well, yeah,
Imagine
it's
having
okay.
sanity left to spare. Hey, by the way,
I'm
does
gonna go
anyone have
put
any
in.
sanity to share? Who's
Yeah,
hogging all the
I'm
sanity? Walker,
probably
how dare
out.
you be stealing all the sanity?
I
It's
have
my turn
sanity.
to have the one brain cell. You've had it
It's
for long enough, it's my turn.
it's Allie that's hogging all the sanity. She's the only sane one in the group chat. That and
Yeah,
Annie.
okay, yeah, I believe that. Well, I mean, technically we do have a few other people who we could probably classify as sane. Technically, by
Mm.
technicality standards only. Like Evan. He would probably be a sane one-ish. I don't know. I mean, technically, what is the definition of sane? I mean, I got a
Hmm.
point there.
Yep, you
And
got a
see,
point.
technically, you can't have insanity without sanity in the first place. So, you can't have sanity without insanity. So, technically, sanity requires insanity.
So,
So, who do you
um,
think, if you were to portion the group by, like, essentially a pie chart of who's the most sane and who's the least, who would be taking the biggest wedge of the least sane?
least sane?
Yes, the most insane.
So you probably have the smallest wedge of sanity. Um,
And the biggest wedge of insanity? Is that what you're saying?
yes.
Careful choice there. Careful. Don't make mountains out of molehills.
Hmm.
So I did just that. I made a mountain out of a molehill. Oh, have you seen what Disney's been constructing recently? They've been working on a walking baby Groot.
What?
Yeah, a free roaming animatronic. That's baby Groot.
How is that? Somebody's just gonna pick it up and take it and steal it.
Obviously, it's still several years out, but I mean, it's the size of a small child. You can't
Still gonna
easily
take.
hide that. So, fear of stealing it is like
No.
-2.
No, someone's gonna try.
Yeah, someone's going to try, but it's probably going to be wired up. And okay, so I know you haven't read Kingdom Keepers, but how Kingdom Keepers works is essentially Disney added holographic tour guides, which were the five main kids in the book, and they were tour guides, and throughout the parks, there would be these little sensor towers that would show the holograms. And so, in the book, there's literally a mechanic called the Shadow. And basically, they go to the Shadow because there's no holographic projectors in the area, so they are hidden in shadow. So the monsters, they still have a corporeal form, but they are not visible. So they can still, like, throw stands. Like, one of the hideout spots where they hid their remote to return them back to their actual bodies was in the tikis on the River of America. That was in the shadow of the projection. So technically, and just how, like, phones work, for a phone to get Wi-Fi or to get wireless data, it has to ping multiple different cell towers. So obviously, Baby Groot and any free roaming animatronics, especially smaller ones, are going to be haywired with tracking devices. So you will know exactly where it is in the park at all times. Plus, not to mention, multiple staff just watching it. So there's no way someone could steal that. Plus, you would have to get outside property, and I'm guessing that if they were really concerned about someone stealing it, they could also probably make it so that it self-destructs when it gets to the outer limits of the park.
Dude, that would be insane. Or it just makes really, really loud noise.
Yeah, really loud noise that you can't stop, most likely. I mean, self-destruction is something that I would do. Because obviously I would do it. Because who doesn't like a little mad scientist in the morning? Emphasis on the mad. But yeah, it's ridiculous. It's literally free roaming, or a freestanding, free roaming animatronic. And just recently, the baby Groot skin was put onto the shell of the robot. It's in my igloo, so I think it might be one of the only ones that I posted today. I forget.
Okay, hold on, I'm gonna go plug in my PlayStation, because I gotta plug it into the router.
Okay. But yes, that is crazy. It's awesome that, they're building that. That's a lot of cool tech right there. And technically, I mean, if technically I worked for Disney, that could be like possibly could be one job that I'm given. Especially if I go down with the, tech field. Because the current path I'm on is software engineer. Which means I'm dealing with software, building software, that kind of stuff. Eventually is what, my official job would be. I would be building software. And doing software repair and that kind of stuff. But so, with that, I mean, it probably would be more on the computer science end of my technical field than software engineering. But still, it would probably be something that I could happen. If I do work for Disney, it could be something that I actually get to work with. I could get to work with robots for Disney. Who knows? I mean, right now, it's still not, right now I'm still in the freshman phase, so I've taken one specialized degree class, which is just software or computer science, or CSE 1321, which is just a fancy way of saying, like, very intro to software engineering, or computer engineering kind of stuff. Computer software engineering, I think, is what CSE stands for.
Guess who's back? Back again.
Shady's back. Guess who's back?
Guess who's back? Guess who's back?
So I found some great TikTok audios I want to use. One being, if we're in a situation where I'm your voice of reason, you're in a really bad situation. Either that or you're in a really desperate situation. I forget how the exact TikTok audio goes, but I'm so making... Oh. Network failures. You got network failures. No, you're no longer connected to the internet, bud. Hello? You there? You back? Hello? Hello? hear you. Can you hear me?
Okay, back. For reals is this time. I had to reset the Wi-Fi.
Yeah, you had to readjust it to be LAN connection, right?
Yes. And
Yeah.
now I have all the power. I have the power.
Ultimate cosmic power! Itty bitty living space.
Why is everything a Disney reference with you?
Why isn't
You could
everything a
have
Disney reference
done
with me?
Infinite Power, which is the Star Wars. Well, actually, that's Disney reference too.
I went for the even better Disney quote.
No,
The Robin
no.
Williams Disney quote.
I like. Okay, you got me there. Robin Williams was. Yeah, that's awesome. It was awesome. He rest in peace. But
Yep.
more importantly, the more obscure the reference, the better.
Eh. The more Disney the reference, the better.
Okay, you need to watch Infinity Train.
I need to watch Falcon and the Winter Soldier. And the season finale is tomorrow. No, tonight.
I've heard.
Today. Today was the season finale, and I still haven't seen episode 1.
Well, you gotta learn there.
So,
The thing is, it's like they have all these shows, but it's more of a you really want to start a new show. Like, okay.
oh, I actually have a TikTok audio save that I'm pretty sure is from Infinity Train.
Really? Where's it the train noise?
No, it's the label of it's called "I'm the Conductor," and it goes into why did you kill them all, or something like that. And it's like, I didn't kill any of them. None of them had to be here. It was only you that had to be here.
Oh yeah,
So
yeah.
you killed them
brought
all.
Here. They were just fine where they are. It's like, why are you doing this? Because I'm the conductor.
I don't think
Fantastic moment.
that it's. I think it's like a 15-second clip, so I don't think that's in it. But the label of it is called "I'm the Conductor."
Well, yeah, that's what she says to you. And basically, it's the first season, the 8th episode. Dude, I'm serious. I'm a massive Infinity Train footler. And she finally finds this person. I'm not gonna spoil it. But
The Conductor.
She does. Yeah, she's trying to find whatever. You need to watch it. You need to watch Infinity Train. It is probably one of the best miniseries, if not the best miniseries you will ever watch. Because it is insanely good. I just watched the last, well, quote-unquote last season, hoping it's not the last season.
I mean, I still haven't even seen Hamilton. I haven't seen Falcon and the Winter Soldier. I am caught up to date on the Mando, so I don't know why I stopped and why I had that inflection for Mando. I don't know why. I think I wanted to go full on with Mandalorian, but then I stopped halfway through. I don't know. Did
Well,
you hear the
at any
change of
rate,
inflection for
I
Mando?
did.
Yeah, I don't know why I did that. It was weird. Uh. Oop. Ah. Where? Oh, prone. Okay. Yeah, it makes more sense. So yeah, I haven't watched TV shows that on a platform that I have on my phone. I haven't even watched them yet. That I've been meaning to watch and wanting to watch. I don't have.
You can watch Infinity Train. It's pretty easy. Just get this cartoon. Anyway, yes, continue.
Wait, get a subscription to something?
Yeah, no. You can watch it free online.
Well, technically, you can watch everything for free online.
Not everything.
Someone literally watched at the last archery home tournament. They watched Raya and the Last Dragon. Technically, I watched it too, but it was not on my thing. They watched Raya and the Last, or they played Raya and the Last Dragon on their computer the day it came out, or like the day after it came out, or whatever. It was a Saturday tournament.
But it came out digitally, so it's
Yeah,
easier
no,
that
no,
way.
$30 paywall, and the person probably, or no, the person did not pay the $30.
Because it's
Technically, you can
still
watch anything on the
copying,
internet. Just depends on legality, and
and
even
it's
then, you
limited
can still
copyright
watch it.
anyway, right, man?
Even if it's less than legal, you can watch it. Of course, I would not advise you do
What would
anything
you
less than legal to watch stuff, but
wait? What would you be watching that's less than legal?
watching stuff
And
through less than legal means, I mean.
hmm,
Like watching a $30 movie for free.
for the zero
Technically, I
dollar
think
plan.
literally like in a month it becomes free, but literally like Disney movies on Disney Plus, $30 to watch it like day of, but then like 3 months it becomes free to watch because it's in theaters. Raya the Last Dragon was literally launched in theaters as well as online.
Kind of a ripoff, man. Like $30 is a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Not even watching on the big screen. Sure, if you have like a family of five, then it becomes economical, but
Yeah,
it's still a trade-off.
and the thing is, I don't know. I have not seen a Disney movie on Disney Plus that early in advance that I still have a paywall, so I don't know, how long you get access to the movie. It's like, okay, if you put down the $30, do you get to watch it until it becomes free or whatnot? I have no clue. Or that like you get 48 hours with the movie? I have no clue. So
What
I
you
can't
need to do
I can't
is
go
you
into
need to,
that far of saying it, but I know at least one thing for certain. Technically, yeah, with bigger families, it becomes more like there's more economic benefit. But also, you said something about big screen. Uh, you can either screen share or use an HDMI cord and broadcast it to any TV in your house, kind of deal.
or you could just
If you have
get
a
yourself
smart
a
TV,
projector.
you can even download the app to the TV itself. Or if you have the Amazon Fire Stick, then you can any TV becomes a smart TV. TV, which is I'm assuming old TV I got from my great grandmother. Uh, the brand is SEIKI. It's an older TV. It's not a smart TV, but I have a Fire Stick, so it becomes a smart TV.
Gotcha.
So, so that I have Disney Plus on this TV. I just have to switch it over to HDMI 3, and I'm on HDMI 2. But so, yeah. Um, so technically, you can watch. Disney Plus doesn't have to be on your phone, so technically any platform can be a big screen TV.
But it's not a silver screen. It's not that big screen
Yeah,
that
but I mean,
Sony put.
technically, no one has a silver. Okay, super rich people have a silver screen in their own homes, and technically, you can make a mini silver screen if you just get like a cheap projector
Okay, no,
and
no,
then
no, no,
project it
no, no.
onto your wall.
I've got a cheap projector, but you don't get like nobody. Like, I'm not
I
gonna bag
understand you
you.
don't get the same quality as going in theaters, but I mean, we're still in a global panini, so
Yeah.
technically we're still in a global panini. So yes, I'm calling it what TikTok calls it. Literally, TikTok will call it anything but pandemic. Like it's calling it pan paninis, Pandorica, I think. Uh, Actually, I don't think anyone's used a Doctor Who reference yet. I don't think I've heard it called the global Pandorica.
Sure.
Wasn't Amy Pond trapped inside the Pandorica instead of the Doctor? I don't know. I
Hmm.
haven't. I haven't. I claimed I like Doctor Who, but I haven't seen that much Doctor Who. I need to watch more Doctor Who. But I have not. Yeah. What was I gonna say? Okay then. My water bottle just fell off my desk or my chair. That's my footstool. Did you hear that? The giant.
I did not.
Yeah, interesting. And see, that's why I don't hold my tea on my footstool chair thing and would do that. So I just received a large shipment of Protein 2.0. It's a really good drink if you haven't had it. It's also really healthy. It has 15 grams of protein, and depending on the variety you get, it only has 60 to 70 calories with 0 sugar. Sugars, though, you can actually have a little bit, like 1 gram of sugar, depending on what you get. But it's really good. My mom got a large shipment. She bought like 2 things of 12, one of a grape, and one of like this blue raspberry thing with doodad. But she can't actually have it because it has whey protein, and that doesn't sit well with her. It makes her, she reacts to it. She has like some kind of reaction to it. So she was going to give me, a half of each. So she was going to keep 6 of the grape and 6 of the blue, and I was going to get the other 6 and 6. But since she can't drink them, she just gave me all 24. The grape does not have added caffeine, but the blue does. So you can probably assume what's going to be my breakfast tomorrow.
I feel like drinking your breakfast.
No, energy drinks. It's like 125 grams of caffeine, I think. Is that a lot?
It's 1/4 of a cup of coffee. Then.
I don't I'm asking because I'm not sure if that's a correct proportion. I forget, but it has a decent amount of caffeine in it. So I mean, I have to literally leave my house at 7 in the morning.
Wait,
And
oh yeah, that's right, for the thing.
Local mud run.
Wait, so that's tomorrow, right?
Yep. Technically, it's a 2-day event. It's either they have it available Sunday and Saturday. It's kind of a bigger local event, so they do have it open multiple days. But I'm only going once, and I didn't invite people to go with me. I never actually set up a team name or anything. So yeah. But I mean, literally, I have to drive an hour to get there, practically. So technically, I think it should be about. I think hopefully without traffic, it'll be closer to like a 40-minute drive without traffic. But I'm not entirely too hopeful. I want to be faster just because I have first mud, as they call it, which means that from 8 they have a pro wave going at 7:30, I believe is when the pro wave goes, or 7:45, which those people they have to complete all obstacles, and the top 3 get paid money.
What?
Yeah, if you most mud runs, they have a competitive heat. And if you're the top of the heat, or age division, or just top in general, you get money. Like, I think Spartan pays out minimum $200, with, depending on the series, meaning, kind of what race they do it. I think the highest you can get paid out from Spartan is $1,000 to get top place. But I don't know if that's $1,000 just overall. So if you're the top, like the leading male or leading female, if you get $1,000, or if it's you're leading in your age division. I forget. Nor am I concerned about that, because I will never be, at least not for a good long while, will I ever be in the competitive heat series. So, words
what?
work.
Yeah.
Words work for me, please, please. I will probably ever be in the competitive heat series. Let's see if I turn off. That might help with lag a little bit, like 5% maybe. It's better now. Okay.
Yeah, it's better now.
Yeah, I was having huge rubber banding issues, so. The first time I just couldn't spit the words out, nothing worked, and then the second time was lag, so for you it's probably both. I couldn't find the right words, and then I was lagging, and the PlayStation was lagging. It was double lag. And I just got the notification on PlayStation that internet connection quality is insufficient, blah 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 blah. Yay!
Ooh, yeah, no internet. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
But something I actually want to try later this year. It would be my first time doing this mud run. It's called Rugged Maniac. And some of the obstacles are literally like giant inflatables. It's awesome. Also, I think I'm going to try to do Savage Race again in the fall. And I think I'm going to try to go for a one-day syndicate, which means I do both the race and the blitz. Race is a 10K distance, blitz is a 5K. And maybe with the blitz, I try to invite people to do it with me. I mean, possibly try and go for something like doing a Tough Mudder, but I don't think there are any in the fall this year. Or doing something like Rugged Maniac would be good, just because I feel like within our group, everyone would have a higher success ratio doing something like Rugged Maniac or Tough Mudder, just because those obstacles are a little bit more. Definitely Tough Mudder is team-based obstacles. Like, literally, there's a new one called Castaway, apparently. And you're sitting on this giant inflatable, kind of like bean-shaped inflatable, floating in water, and you have to grab onto this rope above your head and pull you, and at least you can do it with a few people. I don't know the max, but at least one other person. It can be up to 2 people at least. And you pull yourself across this pool. So, you know, a lot of Tough Mudder obstacles are team-based, and from what I've seen from Rugged Maniac, a lot of their obstacles are like giant inflatables, like bouncy castles. So, you know, I feel like if I were to get a group of people to do a mud run with me, you know, it would be more. Everyone would enjoy more if they had a higher obstacle success ratio. Like, for me, I can pretty much say, if my body leaves the ground and my only contact is with monkey bar types rings, or I only have a secured anchor point using my arms, then I will fail. The only times where technically that logic fails is any kind of warped wall, any kind of wall obstacle, because technically my main anchor point is my hands, but I mean my legs also hit the wall, so technically that is also where my logic stands true still. But you feel
Yeah,
like you get what I mean? Like,
that's what it
if
is.
you were to do your first ever mud run and you couldn't complete any obstacles, and so you were just doing a 5K, what would be your reaction from the mud run? Would you be like, oh yeah, that was still fun even though I couldn't do anything? Maybe I want to try to do the same course next year and see if I can do better. Or would you be like, that was terrible. If I wanted to do the distance, I should have just done a road race and not a mud race.
It
What?
depends. It depends on how people enjoy certain different things.
And I
Like,
mean, the people that I'm thinking of taking are kind of, the people who would be going to uh, our friend game nights, right? In our dorm room. Which would be like Sparrow when she's in town, Skittles, and Jordan. Those
yeah,
are the people that I definitely would want to try to get involved with a mud run. And so, that's not their first thing that they would want to do, right? Uh, so it's your first mud run. Would you rather? How would you feel if you had a high success ratio? Would you feel like you would want to come back and do another mud run, or if you had a high success ratio, or not?
probably if I had a high success ratio, I'd want to come back. But
And I mean, technically, with I did with my first local mud run that I did this year. I had a high success ratio, and literally all the obstacles were filmed. And if you watch it, you can see, yeah, I failed some, but for the most part, I didn't. The only obstacles I failed were monkey bar type obstacles, where I'm solely relying on upper body strength, which I have none. And you can even see that, right? And then you also saw times where I asked for help in the mud run, where I asked for someone to give me a leg. So, you know. So technically, I think Savage could be a good one, because I know that Savage does use a lot of dexterity, especially like upper body strength, dexterity, like monkey bars. That is how I was told. Kind of how I learned the three major mud run groups: Spartans, Savage, and Tough Mudder. Tough Mudder is going to test you mentally, to test your mental grit. Spartan is going to test your physical strength, and then Savage tests your kind of physical finesse, I guess. Basically, it has a lot of monkey bars type obstacles. But I mean, I think the group of people I'm wanting to drag along with me could handle it.
yeah, I think so too.
Most likely, at least. But yeah, so. But I think that for, kind of the group of people I'm thinking of bringing along, I feel like they would have a higher obstacle success ratio, most likely in Rugged Maniac. Although I haven't seen really a Rugged Maniac video in a while, so I'm not sure all the obstacles. So I
You
would
saw us
probably.
just this past week.
What?
Wait, hold on.
Rugged
You
Maniac?
said
No, I haven't.
no.
I've never run Rugged Maniac.
I thought you said you haven't seen all of us in a while, and so you don't.
No, Rugged Maniac. I haven't seen
Okay.
any Rugged Maniac videos.
Oh, okay.
Basically,
Gotcha.
that's how I know what mud runs I want to do. Is I do research by watching other people run them, and then I'm like, okay, this is something that I could definitely do versus not. For example, I think there's one called Bullfrog, uh, and yeah, I can't. I don't think I can do Bullfrog. It's like heavily militarized, so there's a strong like military marine feel to it. Um, but also like 99% of the obstacles are monkey bar type obstacles. So that is something that I can't do. So Bullfrog is not an obstacle course race that I will be doing in the foreseeable future because I can't do it. But so I watch videos to be like, okay, this is something I could actually do versus not, and depending on that, then I make up my mind if I want to actually run it. Kind of like with me in video games, I normally try to do research on what video games are out
And then
and
you
like what I
still
want to
select
play.
garbage.
What?
Oh, sorry. I said, and then you still select like shit. I don't know.
No, Hunt Showdown's awesome. I don't know what you're
You,
talking about.
you still okay? There are some
And
things
technically, I
in.
bought Hunt Showdown twice. I bought it once on the PS4 and once on PC.
Whew, man. It is.
And I'm kind of waiting until I have bigger grit PC to play Hunt on PC. Just I want a more powerful machine to handle it, and probably better audio system. Just because Hunt relies heavily on sound.
Yeah.
Was that a monster or was that a player? How far was that gun? What gun was that? Oh, oh no, that was a nitro. I'm dead. Literally, you can hear nitro cross map. It is still very noticeable at cross map. If you know what you're listening for, if you know the sounds of Hunt Showdowns becomes a little bit easier because you can start to ID, okay, where was that sound in this compound? And see, I still want to play Hunt Showdown with you and Minieg.
Yeah, we got it, but no.
Because you guys both own it. And, I mean, the game has changed. Literally, they added specialized bullets. Like, you can have poison bullets in your gun. And other type of bullets, like armor-piercing rounds. You can have those in your guns. Like, literally, the game has changed a lot since when you guys played it. I mean, I haven't played it since a while back, so, I'm still kind of out of date with the game, but, I still know what I'm talking about somewhat.
Yeah.
But, I mean, yeah, you guys did not have the most joyous first experiences. But I feel like you guys could still learn to love the game.
So, okay, so I think it's less about the first experience, and it's more just about the type of game that you're trying to sell to us.
Well, I mean,
Like, think about.
technically, you do like The Last of Us, right? And The
Yes,
Last of
but I
Us
like
is
the
heavily
platform.
stealth-based. You don't want the
No, no, no,
lurk,
no, 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 no,
you don't want the
no. You're
clickers to know where you
mistaken.
are.
You're mistaken with why I like The Last of Us. I like The Last of Us because it's a fantastic game.
Story?
I don't just mean it. It's the story, and it's not just okay. It's not necessarily all stealth. It's a fantastically balanced game as well. Like for example, there are times that you are supposed to be very very stealthy. And you don't want anybody to find you, and you have to be almost you kind of just have to be strategic. That's the thing. It's like you're not necessarily stealthy, you're strategic.
That's literally Hunt Showdown. Hunt Showdown, you don't want just run and gun all the time. You want to be strategic about your movements.
But
You
there
want to be
are times
strategic of when you shoot.
yeah, but it doesn't have the amazing storyline to back it up though.
I mean, technically, there is lore to find. There is lore in the game.
Yeah, but you have to find it. It's not okay.
And I
I get
mean,
what you're
with
saying.
multiplayer games, it's really depending on how you have multiplayer games. Like Destiny, there's a story and it's multiplayer. Uh,
Oh yeah, this is great.
Warframe is also multiplayer and it also has a story. So, but it's hard to build a multiplayer game and a story into the same thing. Like, for example, Call
Oh,
of Duty,
absolutely.
you have your campaign mode and then you just have multiplayer. If you want the Call of Duty
No, but
story, you play the campaign. If you want the Call of Duty multiplayer experience, you play multiplayer. And you don't have story in your multiplayer. And you don't have multiplayer in your
this is
story.
true.
So, I mean, but I mean, yeah, so for you, Hunt Showdown's missing the story aspect, is what you're
Yes.
saying, right?
Hunt Showdown is missing that just absolute. Yes, yeah, it's missing the story aspect, but it's also just a different. It is a different style of games.
But I mean, with what you were saying, you like, besides for a story, what you like about The Last of Us is the kind of strategic feel to it. You have to be you have to be stealthy, but you can also, be a little bit loosey goosey with your gun at times. You have to
Yeah,
know
at
when
times.
to use, when to go in by storm and when to go in by stealth. And that's something you need to know in Hunt Showdown. Essentially, Hunt Showdown, and just like the name implies, right? You don't go hunting in the woods by running recklessly around the woods, shooting at everything that moves. You cautiously go through the woods, taking notes of sound, and you don't pull the trigger until you can more or less confirm your shot, right? I've never been hunting, so I don't know. But that's kind of how I've been described, how I've been told how you should play Hunt Showdown. More or less, wait so you can find your opponent. And then when you have a good, clean opportunity where your opponent's distracted by zombies, by other players, then you go in for the kill. But other than that, you're looking for player activity, waiting until the player's right in your line of sight, and you can quickly and efficiently get the kill and be in and out. Use stealth as much as possible, but if you need to, go loud. And I think also what probably didn't help is you were also kind of at the time coming from Call of Duty and Apex as well.
Mostly Apex.
So, and like Apex would tell you, when in doubt, use your gun.
Gas, gas,
Always use
gas,
your gun. If you see an opponent far away, start shooting them down with bullets. In Apex, you run to your opponent and try to confirm the kill as quickly as possible. In Hunt Showdown, you wait until the kill is ready. You wait until you have the opportunity to get the kill. So, I mean, yeah, every game has a different mentality behind it. And so, and same thing with Miniac. Miniac was also coming from the Call of Duty background. So, and Call of Duty and Hunt Showdown, they're practically opposite states of mind. In Call of Duty, you see an enemy, you start shooting at them before you get close. And you will, in Call of Duty, you'll even shoot before you even have like a good opportunity to get the kill. Kind of deal. You'll just willy-nilly shoot in Call of Duty. So, I mean, Hunt Showdown is a very different game. And especially coming from a game like Call of Duty or Apex, it's a very different feel. But I'd still recommend you guys try again, and also try it through the lens of, I know that you guys don't want to spend the time researching the game, but like I would I would think it would be cool if the three of us could play Hunt Showdown, because that is more or less how. That's the biggest party you can have in Hunt Showdown, is a team of three, and when you and two other people, when the three of you guys get together, you can make some ridiculously awesome plays. And I kind of want to try that, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Collaborating
that's
with a
really
huge team.
yeah.
And right now, you and Minieg are the only two people that have the game and have the common platforms to play the game. So, and have a schedule that can play the game when I can play the game. So, and also right now it's not cross-platform, nor with this type of game should it ever be cross-platform. Because this game, games like Hunt Showdown and Tarkov, where essentially you die in the game, you lose a lot of stuff, those types of games shouldn't really be cross-platform, because technically with PC there is always an advantage from PC over their PC is always going to be slightly better in some ways than consoles, because there's a lot more precision you can get with PC than with console. And a huge kind of meta, more or less, in Hunt Showdown is sniping, because it's more like effective, right? If you can put down your enemy with one hit versus 80, why go for the 80 hits when you can put them down in one? So, you know what I mean?
I do.
So, like, if you're playing a very competitive sniper game where if you die, you lose a lot of stuff for your character and that kind of stuff, the person with pinpoint accuracy, because they're using a keyboard, is going to be a lot better than someone who even has aim assist with a controller. And plus, the PC players would complain, well, they have aim assist. And the controller players would complain, they have mouse. Right?
Yeah.
So it's like, games where it penalizes you for death, especially in like a huge sense like Hunt Showdown or Tarkov, where if you die you lose everything on that character, that's a huge penalty. You really shouldn't have those cross-plat. So, would you consider playing Hunt Showdown again?
Probably not.
Are you sure about that? What if
Yes.
you and Miniag were to play it with me? What if I could get Miniag to play it? Then would you play it?
Yeah, because then I know it would be. That's a hard ask, because it's like.
And I think, part of Hunt Showdown is the mentality of hunting rather than running gunning. That's part of the game. It's a hunting game rather than a run and gun. Like in Call of Duty and even like COD Battle Royale and that kind of stuff, you're still mainly running and gunning. Hunt Showdown, you're looking for your targets before you kill them. You're literally, I've seen many people like stalk their targets, enemy players, for a good like 200 kilometers. The game field is only a kilometer by a kilometer. Did I say 200 kilometers? 200 meters. So I've seen players stalk.
That's 200 kilometers. I mean, that's 2 kilometers.
Yeah, I know. I
No,
misspoke.
no. Yes, this is proof Americans don't know how the metric works. 200 meters is 0.2 kilometers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I misspoke when I said that I meant 200 meters. I've seen people track enemy players for 200 meters, which is like a fifth of the gameplay area in one access, because the gameplay is a kilometer by kilometer. That's how large the map is. It's 1 kilometer by 1 kilometer. But so, you know, people in Hunt Showdown take their time cautiously with getting kills. You can, in Hunt Showdown, you don't run and gun. You follow the person you want to kill, and you wait until they're at a time where they're really out of position. It's a hunting simulator. And you're hunting people. You're hunting wabbits. And the wabbits are people. You know what I mean? Did I convince you now?
No.
So would you be... If, like, you and Miniag both agree to play the game, would you be willing to briefly look up a little bit, more or less, tutorials for Hunt Showdown before you played it?
Also no.
Because trust me, watching the videos will actually make the difference. Like, watching the video will help you learn stuff that might take you 10 plus hours of gameplay to learn on your own.
Or I could save the time and just not do any.
Right, but knowing that information will also make the difference between a successful hunt and an infuriating death spiral. It'll be the difference of playing Hunt Showdown for 3 hours and only getting 1 kill versus playing Hunt Showdown for 3 hours and getting 2 bounty kills and 4 team wipes. Because in Hunt Showdown, it does not place you in lobby. No, I've died by people several hundred levels above me. So, granted, they could also have been put in lobbies with their friends or joined lobbies with their friends who were much lower level. I'm not sure how matchmaking works. So you could be put up against hunters who've played the game for thousands of hours. I mean, I don't know if you can hear me or not, but if he can't, then I'll repeat it. But, you know, one of my things is I want, you know, my friends to enjoy the games that I also enjoy, and I know that's kind of a hard ask, and because my game tastes are different than theirs, and I know that. But this Hunt Showdown is a game that I would like to play with them, and I really want them to like. And so, you know, I would want them to watch a video if it means the difference between them, you know, liking the time that they spend playing versus not. If I can get them to like playing a few hours with me, then a few hours can mean a few game sessions, and a few game sessions means that they're much more likely to play longer term than not. Did you hear any of that, or should I repeat it?
I didn't hear any of that.
Okay. So basically what I was saying is, you know, why I want, like, you and Maniac to watch the videos is because I feel like you guys will enjoy your playtime more if you aren't... Because it is a very complex game, and so, you know, if you're going into the game blind, and the tutorial does... If you're paying attention to the tutorial, it can, you know, make some difference, but it's also semi-vague, and it doesn't teach you a lot of stuff. So, you know, I would want you and Miniag to watch it, because I feel like if you guys could watch stuff about it, then you guys might be able to enjoy your play session more. If you enjoy your play session, you might come back for multiple play sessions of Hunt Showdown. And because I like playing games with people, right? And I like games, like right now I'm enjoying it too, just talking with you while we're playing different games. But I would also like I would want to be able to collaborate, like, hey, let's get this kill together. Like, the good old days of playing Warzone with you and Miniac. I would want to do that. And so, and I know that asking for you guys to like the same games that I do is a big ask, because we all have different preferences in games. And so, if any game that I play does not mean that you guys are going to like it, but, if I can at least get you guys to tolerate a few hours of play, then maybe I can get you guys to tolerate playing it again another time, and then maybe I can get you guys from tolerating it to liking it. And I feel like you would be able to like it and tolerate playing it more if you understood at least what you're going into before you start. Because the tutorial, well, let's just say it does not tell you much. So, that's kind of why I want you guys to watch the videos. Because I feel like if you watch the videos, then you might be more willing and might enjoy your time playing it better.
I understood most of that.
So, if you were to watch a video, what would be kind of things that would like turn you away from watching the video, even if I recommend it? If I were to recommend a video, what would be things you would be looking for me to recommend before you were actually like, okay, I'll watch it?
Did he recommend this? Yes. Probably bad.
Wait, what?
Yeah. He said, did you recommend it? Yes. It's probably bad.
Then it's probably bad if I recommended it.
I'm joking.
Ouch. That hurts a little bit.
No. So, if you recommend a video, the things I'd be looking for...
Because, I mean, I could send you guys an hour-long video, right? I could send you guys an hour... Like, I can make it...
That.
So, like, you're looking for... Like, how long of a video would you be willing to watch?
5 minutes is the absolute max.
Can I say that's going to be really hard, because there's a lot of content to cover in Hunt Showdown, unless you're going to watch multiple 5-minute videos. Because the stuff that you cover in Hunt Showdown, if I were to make a Hunt Showdown tutorial video, the things that I would kind of propose is a basic monster guide, a boss guide, and then basic PvP guide. Being basic videos. With the bosses and monsters being the easiest ones and probably the shortest. With player guide, it's like, here's what I would recommend. Try to stalk your prey out. Think of the person that you're hunting as prey. You don't want to spook them, and you don't want to get into a long firefight. You want them to be out of position, and for you to easily kill them. And some other advice, like, try to listen out, and like talk about how Hunt Showdown has a very dynamic sound design, so you can hear people from further distances, so try to listen out. For monster guides, it's just, if I were to give you a guide for monsters, it's like, okay, there are these different types of monsters, and here's a good way to get rid of them. And then similar with boss guide, giving a boss guide would be like, okay, what do you want to do? Make sure that there's no hunters in your immediate area, because boss fights are loud and take a long time. What if I were to make the video? Would it matter on the time? If it was made by me? Granted, as long as it's like 20 minutes long.
20 minutes is a long time.
20 minutes for a Hunt Showdown is actually very short. Especially for like a basic guide, that would be a fairly short guide.
Because there's a lot of like minute stuff that you can talk about in Hunt Showdown. So, uh, like I posted a video of me having a really successful round, right?
I think so.
Yeah, I think so too. I would recommend. Uh, let's see. The battle. I think I called it the Battle of Port, right? Or the Battle at Port. I gave it a very generic name.
Hmm.
Um, so I'm gonna see. I was about to say next time I'm done, I'm going to scan through my page, see if I can find it. Oh, I'm talking about like a year ago. I'm at 9 months right now. 10. A year ago. Uh. Okay, what I'm gonna have to do is I'm gonna have to pull up a different app, YouTube Studios, so I can see it better. Dashboard videos. Uh. Battle at the Port. Hunt Showdown. It is 21 minutes long. So, and that was a lot of stuff cut out. That was a lot of the walking cut out and stuff like that. So that was, pretty quick video. So if I were to make a 20-minute video, either just entirety or maybe several, like 5+ minute videos, 5 to 10 minute videos of basic guides from my point of view, would you be willing to watch them then?
I'd be willing to watch most of it.
Because I'm talking at least minimum 3 videos. Uh, one for monsters, one for the the bosses, and then one for players. And then maybe I would want to give just a generic guide as well of here's how you do this stuff using a controller. So I'm thinking about like 3 to 4 videos, with the longest probably being 20 minutes max, shortest being 5 minutes maybe. Would you watch 4 videos if it was in between 4 minutes and 20 minutes in length?
I would watch a couple.
And here's the thing. The thing is, they're different priorities because, while fighting monsters is huge. So, Hunt Showdown is PvPvE. You have your basic monsters, your basic, like, zombies that roam about the map. Then you have your boss monsters. Unless they change stuff, there should only be 2 boss monsters per map. Sometimes there's only 1. So there's 1 to 2 boss monsters with, last time I checked, there were only 3 varieties of boss monsters. And technically with boss monsters, you technically don't have to watch it. Because you probably, unless you really wanted to take out the boss, you don't have to watch it, right? Because I could volunteer, for example, like have you and Miniegg be lookouts, and I could take out the boss. Because unless you want to watch the boss video, because let's just say there's also some finite details about each boss that you kind of want to know, that you probably won't see unless you watch the full video. All 4 videos, you probably won't know the stuff. Kind of like boss killing strategies. Like, for example, the Butcher, when he's about to die, he has a last-minute swing. Like, as he's dying, he will drop to his knees, and then he has one final hook attack that can kill. So, if you melee him, quickly run out of his range. The Spider does a lot of poison stuff, stay out of their venom clouds. So, I mean, like the boss video, you might not need to watch. Same thing with the monsters. I would definitely recommend watching. So, let's say I were to make a 4-part series of very elementary guide to Hunt Showdown, with the first episode being monsters, second episode being boss, or maybe first episode being just generic advice. Maybe I don't need generic though. But so, like, one video being monsters, one being boss, and then the final one being players. So those are the 3 videos that I would have planned. I would say the highest priority for new people to... I could even have that in, like, description. Highest priority for new players to watch, how to counter players. With bosses being probably second, or maybe monsters being second highest priority, just because your players are your biggest threat, then your next biggest threat is the little AI monsters that are everywhere. With boss being the lowest priority, if you're in a team of people, because you can have the most experienced person, go for the boss. So, if I were to make those 3 videos, would you watch?
Yeah, I'd watch at least. I think I'll watch them.
And I think the longest one... Here's the thing. There's a lot to cover in the AI monsters, just because there's a whole lot of monsters to cover. You're talking about heckhounds, you're talking about water demons, you're talking about your basic zombies, you're talking about your hives, you're talking about your emulators, and you're talking about your armoreds. So there's 5 different... Did I just say 5 different ones? Hounds, waters, armoreds, hives, and basic grunts. Yeah, that's about 5. And so I would kind of go... I would show a picture of the monsters, and then just... I wouldn't probably go into any sound-related stuff. Maybe I might show a quick video clip. But I would just probably go, like... Here's this monster, here's what they do, here's the most effective counter. But knowing me, I don't do things efficiently and concise enough, so it probably is going to be about a 10-minute video. But that means 2 minutes per monster. And technically, with some monsters, you have varieties. Like grunts, you have the Doctor Grunts, who hold poison saw blades. You have grunts with knives, which deal bleeding damage, and grunts with torches, which deal fire damage. And then your average grunt, which just uses its hands, which deals no specific damage. Then, unless they change things, there should only be one type of hive. Same with immolators. And then with armoreds, there's actually 2 varieties now. Your standard armoreds and your concertina armoreds. Meaning, those armoreds, concertina armoreds, are covered in barbed wire. You hit them, you bleed. And so... Okay, you know what? I might actually do that. I might try... I need to talk with Miniag. Because right now it seems like he's the, like, biggest hurdle. If I can convince him to play, then you'll play. That's what you've told me.
Eh,
No. You
yeah,
said if you get Minia to play, then that's a big ask, and so I'll play.
yeah. I mean, you can always try.
I mean, the thing is, it's a really fun game once you get past the learning curve. And technically, if you're also in the right mindset, it can be a really fun game. Trust me, I would know. I have about, what, like 50 hours in the game? Plus? I have a lot of hours in the game. But so I think I'm going to wrap it up here because it's 11:40, and I need to be leaving my house at 7 in the morning.
Oof.
So yeah, I'm going to be logging on. So thank you, Walker, for joining me, and thank you everyone for watching. Um, I will be on tomorrow night, probably a bit longer, most likely. I don't know what I'm going to be playing tomorrow. Possibly a game on the PC. I don't know. But yeah, so thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you did enjoy it. If you did, please leave a like. If you want to see more from me, please subscribe. And to stay up to date with what I do, please ring that notification bell. Thank you guys so much for watching. And remember, take it easy.